Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. We've got a few upgrades going on today. One, that is you're now on a tripod. I did get a tripod for my GoPro, and hopefully that improves some of the visual for you guys, and some of the installs. Kind of stop some of the shakiness that's going to be happening, that happens in some of my videos because I just hold the GoPro. But of course I will still be just holding the GoPro occasionally. We've got ourselves a new microphone, you guys. Yes, we do. We got a brand new microphone. I haven't really figured out exactly how the best way it is to hold this, but I'll show you guys right now. This is what it is with the microphone, and this is what it is without that microphone. So there is quite a bit difference in the microphone quality in itself, so hopefully that improves audio for you guys as well as the visual in case of the tripod. But of course today we are going to be installing some LEDs, some Rokk lights from Rokk Customs. Make sure you go ahead and hit that link below, so that way you guys go ahead and get yourselves a set of these, because these are going to be awesome. Now, like I said, I am going to do these a little bit differently. I don't want to do any drilling in the truck at all. I'm going to try and do this with no drilling. Some minimal drilling possible, some screwing in with some tech screws, but I want to do minimal drilling, and I'm going to show you right now exactly what I'm going to try to accomplish with these. So keep in mind, this probably is going to be a two-part video. One, because I really wanted to take my time and do this right, and hopefully what I'm going to be doing with this is going to actually be able to be possible. And two, it's because it's really muggy out, so I don't want to overwork myself. I don't want to overheat myself, and that is one of the main reasons why this is going to be a two-part video. Not for you guys, but for me, so you guys notice at some point during the video, it'll be into another day. So what we have here is some 3M super strength molding tape, and this is actually 7/8 inch wide. So if you look here, it is about as perfectly wide as the LED itself, with in between the two wires that it's going to go. Just like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut pieces to go on top of this, and I'm probably going to have to put 2 of these on top of each one, and I'm going to use that to stick my lights on. And then I will obviously be using some zip ties along the frame and all that kind of stuff to utilize keeping the wires up. I may have to at that point use some drilling to do the wires, but I hope not. I'm going to try and get all the wires zip tied together, so that way I don't have to do any drilling at all into the truck, therefore creating any possibility of rust in the future. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a little update here. Obviously, here are those LEDs that I was talking about. This is what they look like from the back side, a 3-wire. These are directional, which I'll cover that when we get to that point. But this is what I did here. I ended up stacking 4 about 1 inch by 1 inch, because these are 7/8 wide, squares on the back of these LEDs, which then gives me the right amount of clearance so that I have no stress on this 3-wire coming out and in and out of these LEDs. Now, I do want to mention that these are the first gens. These are not the second gens. They're actually on the second gens now. And if you do this with the second gens, you actually don't have to use so many, because I do believe the second gens just come straight out the side, and they don't come out of the back almost kind of like this. So just keep that in mind. The second gens that you will receive are not going to be exactly like this, and you'll actually be able to do this, but with less 3M sticky back molding tape, which would be very nice and a lot more time consuming. Now I'm going to be utilizing some rubbing alcohol and a washcloth. What I'm going to be doing is every spot I'm going to be putting an LED. I'm going to rub that spot down with some rubbing alcohol very well. Might even need to do it twice, one with a dirty rag and then another with a clean. I will put that LED in place, and we're going to go ahead and run all our LEDs, put them where I want them, and we'll run our extensions in between if I even need them. Because if you look here, we've got these that are directional. There's little arrows on here. I don't know if I can get I don't know if I can get this on there for you, but if not, I'll put a picture up there for you. So there's little arrows on there, and you get these in a direction, and you get them installed just like this. That's a foot in between, and I might be able to just run, 5 in a row with a foot in between, or maybe do 2 feet in between with the 1 foot extension. I'm gonna start running these first, and then we'll see what we do from there. So if you can see them down there, they're kind of hard to see, but I have the 1 foot extensions all laid out right now with the LEDs. I think that's gonna be my best bet. I think it's gonna look the best. And then I also have these laid out right now and on the tire, but I pre-looked at them right now. So we're gonna go ahead. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I was rolling around on the ground and all that kind of fun stuff. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and start doing this process. All right, little update here for you guys. I've got this first, hold on. I got I got 4 runs so far. I got it up here. I've got it through here. You can see there, you can see the difference of what I alcohol washed and what I didn't. These are super nice. They're really sturdy. Like, these things are on there way better than I anticipated. Like, man, that 3M stuff is just outstanding. This is this is awesome because this is what I envisioned. This is how I wanted to run rock lights. I hate how you have to drill rock lights, especially being in the north here. You don't want to do any extra drilling that you have to in vehicles like this, just because just pure rust happens even in the summertime. So this is awesome that this is working out. You can see here, here's another one. There's another one. I've got some slack here I'm gonna have to clean up, which I do have a plan for that. I've got some slack there that I'm gonna have to clean up. I have a plan for that. So I'm not gonna sit here and have you guys watch me, you know, run all these on the ground like this. Maybe I'll do a little time lapse for you guys on the tripod here. But I'm gonna get all of these run on the sides first, and then I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do in the wheel wells, and then I'll show you exactly what I'll do in the front and the back. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. All right, so I apologize if the audio is a little weird because I'm kind of inside the wheel well, and if the visual isn't the greatest. But if you can see up in here on the very front cross member of the bed, I have my one where I started. That's the first one. So I have my pigtail right there, you can see, and then I go down to my next one. I'm gonna clean all the wiring up in a little bit, so don't worry about that. But what I'm doing is I'm showing you how I routed to the wheels. So I'm gonna come from that one, and I'm gonna come over, and I'm gonna go up in here on one side, and then straight across with the other side, not using a 1 foot extension in between. I'm only gonna do a 1 foot in between on the truck, but I'm gonna use these 1 foot extensions to get my way over there with the 2 footers. And I do have to take these pieces of junk out. Whew. All right, note to self, get that on first before you have to do exactly what I just did, because that was a pain, and I don't recommend it. I want to point out as well, I don't know if my camera's going to be able to focus for you guys, there's that rubber gasket on there. There's a little nipple here. There's a little place for a nipple. There's a little nipple in there. Make sure you get it on nice and snug like that. That O-ring is going to go in between the threads and the next one. You'll go ahead and slide your collar on and just screw this nice and tight. Really simple, you guys. Seriously, I can't express how nice this install is going. Now again, when it comes to these extensions, you do get 14 of them per kit. So if you get a single kit with 12 LEDs, you're going to get 14 extensions. Now if you get a regular starter kit with an expansion kit, because this is a starter and expansion kit with the 24 LEDs, you will then get 14. Jeez, math is hard. 14, 8, 28 of them. My goodness. I don't know. That's long. It's hot. Don't hate on me. Wash my rubbing alcohol off. Now again, when working with rubbing alcohol, again, I want to say the same thing. Let that dry before you put this on, because the 3M is not going to adhere if it is still wet with this rubbing alcohol. So keep that in mind. I can't explain the easiness of this install, you guys. I'm so impressed with this kit. It is unbelievable, you guys. I'm gonna go through it more tomorrow, exactly what I all did, but I've got it all the way ran around. I've got my wheel wells ran. Here is how the wheel wells look. So I've got one there, and I've got one here. Again, I'm gonna take these out. So I've got one there and I got one here, and you can obviously tell how clean that install is, you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna go over exactly what I did in this front wheel well here, how I got it looking so clean, how the install looks so nice, and then we'll talk about tomorrow. We're gonna connect the front ones. We're gonna install the front ones. We're gonna go ahead and connect the module, the control module. We'll get that all working. We'll fire these bad boys up for the first time, and man, I am excited. It looks a little bit different. I went inside, had some lunch. I took my time with this. I really want to say, you guys, I've only spent, man, you know, I haven't spent that much time on it. Maybe today's 2 hours, you know. I had a lot of prep time for what I had to do with this, but I haven't spent a lot of time on it. So I'm going to go get some rest, and we'll see you guys in the morning. All right, so a little bit windier today. Hopefully this new microphone blocks out some of the wind. We're going to see how that works. Looks like it rained a little bit last night as well. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to show you exactly what I did on those front fenders. What I did up here is I have a 2-foot section in between. I tucked it up in here. I got to take care of this old one here. I have a 4-foot section coming off of this LED going to the front of the truck. And I have 2, you could say 1-foot sections, making it a single 2-foot section going down, dropping to my frame, starting to get to the stuff that goes on the long side of the truck over here. See if I can get you a better angle of it, but this is where it is. Drops the 2-footer down and then comes down over here and goes across to all of my ones and then loops all the way around. As you can see, I have another wire here that I got to take out along with all of these 4. So now in regards to the front, this is where I'm going to show you exactly how I do this. I'm starting in the front and I'm ending in the front. You need to have one LED where it just basically stops. There's no more wire going through it, so the circuit knows that it stops right there, and it can, you know, make all its loops and everything it wants to do. And then you need a starting point, so that way the module has a starting point of where the LEDs start and stop. Is basically what it is. I want you guys down here to show you exactly what I got going on here. I'm grinding the undercoating stuff off of the frame, and then I'm gonna rub it with the rubbing alcohol, get it nice and clean, and then I place my LED on because it really needs that nice clean surface to adhere to. And then I'll be going back through after I'm done here, and I'll hit it with some paint, you know, to cover up the spot where the rust will possibly form, so that way I don't have any rust. Always wear eye protection when you're doing something like this, you guys. Always, always, always. Go ahead and get your rubbing alcohol. Yeah, clean that surface off. As you can see, I don't know if you can see in the video or not. Let's see, where is it? Right here. I don't know if you can see that's nice and shiny now. Probably not. Give it a second here. Little pitting, but not bad, you guys, not bad. Again, I'm kind of testing this theory on running Rokk lights this way. I think it's going to work out great. This 3M stuff is just absolutely strong stuff that you just can't go wrong with. I do wish that I didn't have so many layers of it. I wish it was just like 1 layer, maybe 2 layer at tops. So we'll see how well this all holds up through, you know, rainstorms and stuff like that, car washes. I'll definitely give you guys an update on that when I get to that point. And press it on there really nice and good. Give it some nice soft tugs, some tough tugs. If you take it off, the worst case scenario is if you tug too hard by testing it, all you have to do then is add more 3M sticky. But man, I'm tugging on that pretty good, you guys. Like, I'm pretty impressed with this. I hope it turns out good. I don't know how well it's going to hang onto the frame. We'll see in the future how well these things hold up. We'll see how long they, you know, adhere to, if any rust forms underneath this or not, which I don't think it will because it kind of seals it underneath there. I just got to make sure I get this bare metal covered up. Again, here's my 4-foot lead, which I need to really rerun some of this stuff. This is those lights that are pre-wired. I don't like how all that is, but this is my 4-foot lead. I'm going to go ahead and get this in just like that. I'll zip tie this all up here, and now I'm going to go ahead and get an 8-foot lead connected to this because this is my beginning. This one right here, if you guys can see what I did here, I got it coming up in here. I have a 4-foot lead coming over here, got it all coiled up in the skid plate here, and then I got a zip tie back here. This one doesn't have anything on it, you guys. This is just a dead end. You can see right here, it's just a dead end, so keep that in mind. That is just a dead end. This is my ending point. This is my starting point, and I've just got it zip tied nice and clean, kind of out of the way here. And then here again, here is my other front one. You can see here I've got this all cleaned off. My 3M sticking on is sticking great, you guys. I'm excited. I'm excited because look how clean that looks, you know. Even just from back here, you can't tell. So hopefully this turns out great. Hopefully these stay good. Hopefully they do what I anticipate them to be able to do. Alright, so unfortunately I lost all of my audio. When I dropped my GoPro there, it looks like I broke the media mod completely. So what I am doing here right now is I am installing the power side. There is a power lead, and then there's a lead that you go to your first LED rock light with. It's quite simple, you guys. Once you see it, it's very easy to do. It's very self-explained. You just got to get power, positive and negative. I mounted it to my battery to make it easy for access. My positive negative comes directly off my battery. I would highly suggest throwing in an inline fuse. But now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys exactly what this looks like at night. Again, unfortunately, I don't have any audio. I thought I had audio, but I don't, so I have to look into getting a new media mod for the GoPro so that we do have audio when I am talking. But please make sure you guys go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel. I am so sorry again that I lost all my audio at the end of the video here. I was so excited with the new microphone, and I unfortunately just dropped the GoPro and now it broke my audio in my media mod. So I'll get a new one coming in, you guys. Like I said, go ahead and like this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next video.